Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to PWC Universe. I'm so excited to be bringing this to you guys. Honestly, you guys have seen the intro, you know what's up. Let us know down in the comments below who you think of all four of the major players is going to have the most Hall of Fame worthy career within this simulated universe. We're of course playing WWE 2K20. This off the back of the announcement that 2K22 is coming out next year, March. And if the rumors are to be believed, General Manager mode is back. My personal favorite. I know a lot of favorites for a lot of people. And I know some people have taken Universe mode, made it their own, tried to put their own spin on General Manager mode. And that's exactly what we're doing over here. Now, just to get a couple things out the way, I know there's some analytics in the house. I know there's some auditors who are going to come here and question some of our decisions. So let me just make it clear. Everybody is starting off on a 78 rated overall. At every pay-per-view that they appear at, if they win, I will give them a +1 attribute boost, taking them from 78 to 79, of course. And then at the point that they reach 82 is when we will then look at bringing them into the upper card. Bringing them into the main event scene at NXT, going after that NXT championship and going after some of the bigger names within that division. Once they've reached 85 is when we'll look at taking them to either Raw or SmackDown, but once we'll cross that bridge when we get there. You know, we'll decide who goes where and when they go, stuff like that. But I mean, for now, let's just get this thing started. So of course, in Universe mode, we've got 3 rosters running: Raw, SmackDown, and then of course NXT. The goal ultimately within a Hall of Fame career is to win as much gold as you possibly can. And right now with the guys starting off at NXT, they're gonna have to work themselves up to be able to, reach the heights of winning the Intercontinental Championship, the United States Championship, the WWE title, the Universal Championship, perhaps even some tag team gold. Now the game has got many mechanics. It sets up feuds, it does some heel turns and face turns, it gives tag teams a run, it breaks up tag teams, it sets up factions that you wouldn't believe in your wildest dreams. #1 contender matches, it books it all. And that's why we are not going to touch this, but we can influence. So I'm going to be looking out in the comment section down below to see if there's anything you guys want to maybe see us change. I don't want to change it too much, but hey, if you're not happy with a certain superstar appearing every week, you're just tired of them winning or tired of them losing, let us know. There's a whole plethora of superstars ready and waiting to rejuvenate this entire universe over the next 10 years. But before we get into it, there's a certain landscape that has to be set up, drafted by our very own Vas, your mother, your mom, I was saying mom, your mother's favorite podcaster. Vas has carefully put together, constructed a universe for us. We're not going to worry too much about Raw and SmackDown for now. Obviously our guys are going to take some time before they get there, but we are going to go through it quite quickly, just so you guys can see, what the aim is. Who are these guys that we're looking to fight? Who are these guys that we're aspiring to be in a match with? So just quickly on the Raw side, of course, they've got the Universal Championship. Back when the game came out, the Universal Championship was, on Raw, hence the red belt. Seth Rollins, Adam Cole, Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, Keith Lee, and of course Kenny Omega making up that division. Then moving over to the US title, we've got The Miz, Pete Dunne, R-Truth, Elias, Sami Zayn, and Damian Priest. Going on to the tag team section, we've got the Street Profits, Dirty Dogs, and RK Bro. And then the women's division, Becky Lynch, Ember Moon, Charlotte Flair, Asuka, Alexa Bliss, Kairi Sane, and Bianca Belair. And that's Monday Night Raw. Let's see how that goes. On the SmackDown side of things, WWE Championship, of course, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley, Bray Wyatt, CM Punk, Jon Moxley, and of course Edge making up the main event scene on SmackDown. Going into the Intercontinental title picture, Ricochet, Kevin Owens, Sheamus, Johnny Gargano, Kyle O'Reilly, Zack Ryder, and John Morrison. And then moving into our tag team division, yes, just 2 tag teams, but as I mentioned, the game has this mechanic of when there's a shortage of tag teams, it just makes them up. So we're going to start off with Dash Wilder, Scott Dawson, and of course the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, within that division. Going into the women's side of things, Bayley, Sasha Banks, Toni Storm, Nikki Cross, Sonya Deville, Liv Morgan, and on her last swan song, her last effort, her last run, full-time run, Nikki Bella. But I know that's what you guys are here for. Of course, we want to see what it's at, where it's at. The NXT division, that's where we're at. That's where the major players are at right now. The NXT Championship being the absolute pinnacle of our brand right now, of the yellow and gold brand that is Kofi Kingston, Tommaso Ciampa, Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro, and yes, your eyes are not deceiving you, Luchasaurus, and of course Dominic Dijakovic, as Vas has asked and requested for. Ask and you shall receive, sir. Now the North American title picture, I had to throw our guys into this title picture. I couldn't leave them, outside of a bracket, because then they just wouldn't get booked, and then they wouldn't have a chance to be on pay-per-views, because they're not getting into any feuds. So Jinder Mahal, Oni Lorcan, Baron Corbin, of course we've got Y2 Vas, Booker J, 2K Bliss, Nash Van Dam, and then Akira Tozawa. Don't know what Vas sees in him, but hey, he's in there. Good luck to you, Mr. Tozawa. Going on to the tag team division, absolutely stacked. Big E and Xavier Woods of the New Day. We've got Heavy Machinery, Tucker and Otis, Tyler Breeze and Fandango, Breezango. And then the reunited Hurt Business, Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. And then our women's division at NXT, Shayna Baszler, Mia Yim, Io Shirai, Rhea Ripley, Mandy Rose, Dakota Kai, Sarah Logan, Dana Brooke, and Maurice. Also on her last full-time run, hoping to go up. So spots in the card are going to be very difficult for our major players. Of course, the women's division is absolutely stacked, tag team division stacked, the NXT championship, and of course the North American title is something that our guys are going to be aspiring to obviously get towards. But we need to decide on some champions. So I asked and I questioned and I thought about this. Do we just give it to somebody? Do we just make someone a default champion? No. Not in the PWC universe mode. I've designed tournaments just for this. So I'm only booking once, just to crown champions. I'm not going to leave it after this, I promise, I swear. And let's just look at how the first week is going to play out with all just title matches. Of course, the major players are going to be left out for now, but let's go on to Monday Night Raw. Alright, on to Monday Night Raw. We are crowning our champions. We've got a whole bunch of title matches, as you guys can see. The first one out here for the tag team championships in a triple threat tornado tag. Street Profits, RK Bro, and of course the Dirty Dogs. Going on to the US championship, we've got The Miz, Elias, Truth, Damian Priest, Pete Dunne, and Sami Zayn in a 6-man ladder match. Onto the ladies, we have got into match 3, for the Women's Championship, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Charlotte Flair, Kairi Sane, Becky Lynch, and Bianca Belair. And then our main event, Adam Cole, Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, Keith Lee, Seth Rollins, and Kenny Omega for the Universal Championship. Alright, let's hit some. And the Street Profits, first tag team champions. Congrats to you guys. Let's check out this next match wins. And Damian Priest, I'm guessing, knocked The Miz off the ladder to win the United States Championship. Into the the Raw Women's Championship, Charlotte Flair, probably throwing out Becky Lynch last. And our first ever Universal Champion, Seth Rollins, probably pinning Kenny Omega in that Elimination Chamber match. Look at the news. This is something we're going to be following. I'm not going to show you guys Raw every week. We'll look at the pay-per-views. But yeah, on to SmackDown. Alright, on to SmackDown. Sorry I'm rushing this. I mean, don't really care about the main roster at this point. I'm just kind of showing it to you guys so you understand the landscape, see where the titles are. We'll obviously follow them throughout the pay-per-views, as I just mentioned. But as you guys can see, tag team match, we've got the Usos, we've got the Revival, only 2 in that division, going off in a normal match for that title. Going on to match 2, and that is of course the ladies. We've got Banks, we have got Tony, Liv Morgan, Sonya, Bayley, and Nikki Bella for the Women's Championship. Massive 8-man battle royale for the Intercontinental title, and then a surprise Royal Rumble for the men's. I'm not gonna announce the participants. I showed you guys the roster earlier. Go back and just go and check, and you guys can obviously see. But let's just look. All right, Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson, Revival tag team champions. Sasha Banks, women's champion over there on SmackDown. We've got Kevin Owens winning the IC championship, and let's look at this main event. I am sort of interested. Okay, what's going on here? Who's this going on? News? Okay. Owens, Banks. I don't know what's going on. Alright, they're not showing me who won this match. I don't know, maybe it's because I booked the Rumble this early. Okay, maybe if I check champions, sorry, one sec. I don't know what's going on. This game's also glitchy. They need to fix these things. I don't know. Okay, so Edge is now on the poster. Did he maybe win? Champions. Alright, yeah. Okay, Edge won the WWE Championship. Congrats. Alright, so Edge is our WWE Champion. I'm sure a lot of guys are happy with that. But alright, so that's SmackDown. That's where we're looking. But let's get into what we're really here for. Let's get into NXT. Alright. I'm batting down the hatches. NXT's first show. Now we need to pay attention to this because of course anyone who's sort of booked well, anyone who's a champion, anyone who's involved in a rivalry is going to take up some time from our major players. And you know, like I said, they need to be on the show so they can be on takeovers, so they can earn points, so they can effectively move up, you know, within the divisions and within the shows and stuff. So we need to pay you know, some close attention to all the divisions: tag team, women's, North American, NXT. You know, and we're gonna be featuring it as much as we can. Of course, looking at this massive fatal four-way: Shayna Baszler, Dakota Kai, Rhea Ripley, and Maryse. Fatal four-way Extreme Rules match for the Women's Championship. Moving on, Tyler Breeze and Big E, Fandango, Xavier Woods, New Day, Breezango, Heavy Machinery, and the Hurt Business for the tag team titles. We've got Baron Corbin, Akira Tozawa, Oni Lorcan, and Jinder Mahal. Fatal four-way Steel Cage match for that North American title. And then main event: Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro, Ciampa, and Kofi Kingston. Fatal four-way Falls Count Anywhere match for the NXT title. Alright, let's get our simulate on. Rhea Ripley, first ever women's champion, pinning, I'm imagining, Shayna Baszler in that match to win it. The New Day, Big E and Xavier. I don't know why they've got them all lined up like that. Pinning the Hurt Business, I guess, to become the tag team champions. Moving on to match 3. Akira Tozawa. Alright, Akira pinning Baron Corbin, North American champion, and Kofi Kingston. Alright, Kofi Kingston. She's beating 3 megastars. Alright, we're looking at this. What a day for the New Day. Okay, boys, major players, understand. We've got a tough task ahead of us. We have got the New Day running the show at NXT. I'm not sure Vass intended that, but now you guys have it. That's the landscape. That's what we're after. That's a lot to take in. But I mean, could have been anyone. I think the best thing for me is that Akira Tozawa is your North American champion. You know, easy pickings, easy picking. Tell me now, who do you guys think? Of course, this is episode 1. We're going to start looking in episode 2. Who is going to be the first champion of all the major players? Who's going to... Actually, no, let's take it a step back. Who is going to be the first one to be appearing on a card? You know, just on an NXT. You guys might just think it's easy. I'm going to go to the next week. They're going to be on the card. No. There's 31 people on that NXT roster. You know, there's only 5 matches. So, you know, someone's got to set out. And hopefully that's not 2K Bliss, who's I'm rooting for 2K Bliss. Just saying. I'm rooting for us all. I just want us to all be on the main roster at the same time. You know, I want us to all be within certain big profile feuds. It doesn't matter which championship it is. You know, at the end, it's all gonna balance out. We're all gonna be Hall of Famers. This is really just about who's gonna be the better one. All right. Let me know how you guys want me to grade this as well. I don't know. You know, do we count world championships? Do we count, you know, high profile feuds? Do we count number of days at the top? Do we count title reigns? So much to decide. We've got 10 years to book this. 10 years, and there's a whole lot. I'm guessing, early prediction now, it's going to take at least a year, if not longer, for at least 2 major players to get onto the main roster. I'm just saying. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. This is episode 1, just the landscape. You know, the next video, and I think all the videos beyond, are going to be very different. Really, this was just a setup. So for those who wanted to follow this series from, you know, day dot, you guys had an understanding of what it is. I'm gonna try get a nicer background. I'm sorry. I try to put on my cleanest black shirt for this one. But guys, like, follow, subscribe, tell your moms, tell your dads. This has been a good one. And you know what?